Bridge beyond words.
Bridge beyond words.
Hello and welcome back to the Deep Dive. It's really wonderful to have you with us today.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And we're trying something a little special for this deep dive, right?
We are. Usually we are swimming through these ocean deep articles about, technology or really fast-paced business news. But today we're slowing things down.
Right, we're taking a deep breath.
Exactly. We have a special mission today. We are tailoring this conversation specifically for you, our listener, who might be learning English.
Or really for anyone who just appreciates a clear, heartwarming story. We want to make sure every word lands and that every emotion is felt.
Yeah, I love that. So we're going to explore a story about the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy. It's a story about snow, about winning, but mostly it is a story about friendship.
A really beautiful friendship.
Yeah, it is. Our main characters are a Chinese athlete named Yiming and his Japanese coach, Yasuhiro Sato.
And my role today is to be your guide on the side. I'll be the curious learner, but I will also be stopping the tape every now and then.
Which is super helpful.
Right, because I want to spotlight some specific vocabulary, just some special phrases that will help you understand not just this story, but the English language a little better.
That sounds like a perfect plan. So, are you ready to travel with us?
My bags are packed. Let's go.
Okay, let's unpack this. I want you to close your eyes. Just imagine the scene. The date is February 18th, 2026. We are in Italy. It is the Winter Olympics.
Italy in February. I can imagine it. I mean, is it cold?
Oh, it is freezing. The air is crisp and sharp. The sky is a brilliant blue, and the ground is covered in bright white snow.
Sounds beautiful.
It is beautiful, but it's also very intense. Now, for most people in the world, February 18th is just a normal day. Maybe it's a Wednesday, you go to work, you eat lunch.
Just a regular day.
Right. But for our main character, Yiming, this specific day is massive.
Why is this day so important for him?
Well, first of all, it is his birthday. On this exact day, February 18th, 2026, Yiming turns 22 years old.
22?
Yeah.
That is such a fun age. You were an adult, but you were still young. Now, listener, I want to ask you a question. How do you usually celebrate your birthday? Do you have a cake with candles? Do you go out for dinner with friends?
Maybe you open some presents in your pajamas.
Right, and it's a normal birthday. But Yiming is not having a normal birthday. He isn't eating cake. He is standing at the top of a giant, terrifying snow mountain.
Yeah, and he is strapped into a snowboard.
Wow.
He isn't just there for fun either. He is competing in the men's snowboard slopestyle event.
Let's pause there for a second. Slopestyle. For those who might not know, can you describe what that is? It sounds dangerous.
It is incredibly dangerous. Slopestyle is like an obstacle course made of ice and snow. You have to slide down the mountain, but you have to jump onto metal rails.
Onto metal rails.
Yeah, we call that jibing. And then you have to fly off these massive jumps called kickers. You spin in the air, you flip upside down, and you have to land on your feet.
So if you make one mistake...
You don't just lose points. You could get really, really hurt.
Absolutely. The pressure is enormous. The whole world is watching on TV. It is the Olympics. And remember, it is his birthday.
Right, he wants to give himself the best present possible.
So set the scene for the final run. What happens?
Yiming drops in. He picks up speed. The wind is just rushing past his ears. He hits the rails perfectly. Click-clack, super smooth.
Okay.
Then he approaches the final jump. He launches into the sky. He spins once, twice, 3 times. It's a blur. And then stomp.
Stomp.
He lands perfectly, no wobbling. He rides away clean, and when the judges show the score, he wins.
You did it on his birthday.
He did it. And this brings us to our first major vocabulary spotlight for today. We need to talk about what he actually won. He won a gold medal.
Let's stop and look at that phrase. Gold medal.
It sounds simple, right? Just a piece of metal.
But it is so much more. In the Olympics, we have 3 prizes. Bronze is for 3rd place. Silver is for 2nd place. But the gold medal, that is for the absolute winner.
The best of the best.
Exactly. It means, at that exact moment, you are the best person in the entire world at what you do.
Think about the weight of that. It is the highest honor in sports.
Listener, I want you to imagine this. Did you catch the feeling? Imagine it is your birthday. You are 22, and your gift isn't money or a new phone. Your gift is being the best in the world. You have the gold medal. How would your heart feel?
Oh, my heart would be pounding out of my chest. I'd be screaming.
I think most people would be screaming. You would expect the winner to go crazy, right?
Yeah.
You expect them to run to the TV cameras, to wave the flag, to shout, "You look at me, I won."
Yeah, it is the standard reaction. Fame, glory, noise. But here's where the story gets really special. This is where it gets surprising. Su Yiming doesn't run to the cameras.
He doesn't.
No. As soon as he realizes he has the gold medal, he turns his back on the media. He ignores the crowd. He starts running toward the sidelines. He is looking for one specific person.
Who is he looking for?
He is looking for a man with gray hair, a slightly older man standing in the snow. This is Yasuhiro Sato. He is Su Yiming's coach.
And what happens when he reaches him?
It is the most touching thing. They don't high-five. They don't do a cool handshake. They just collapse into each other. They hug each other tightly, and they both start crying.
They are crying.
Openly weeping, tears running down their faces.
That paints such a vivid picture. You have the young superstar athlete and the older, gray-haired coach just holding each other and crying in the snow. It tells me that this wasn't just about winning a game.
It definitely wasn't. It was about something much deeper. And to understand why they were crying, we have to travel back in time. We need to leave 2026 and go back 8 years into the past.
Okay, let me do the math. If Su Yiming is 22 in this story, and we go back 8 years, that means he was only 14 years old when the story started.
Exactly. He was just a kid, a teenager. That is when he first met Yasuhiro Sato. And right from the start, they had a massive problem, a huge barrier.
What was the problem? Was he not good at snowboarding yet?
No, the problem was communication. They didn't speak the same language.
Oh, wow. That is a difficult barrier.
Su Yiming is Chinese. He spoke Chinese. Yasuhiro Sato is Japanese. He spoke Japanese. Neither of them could really speak the other person's language comfortably.
Listener, can you imagine that? Imagine trying to learn a dangerous sport like snowboarding from a teacher who cannot talk to you. How can the teacher say, "Bend your knees more," or "Watch out for that tree," if you don't share a language?
It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But the sources tell us that they found a way. They used body language. They used translation apps on their phones. But mostly, they connected through the sport itself. Snowboarding became their language.
That is fascinating. It's like they didn't need words because they shared the same passion.
Exactly. And because they had to try so hard to understand each other, their connection became incredibly strong. It wasn't just a business arrangement. Over the years, Sato made a promise to Su Yiming.
What did he promise?
He said, and this is a direct quote from the articles, "I will be Yiming's coach until I die."
Until I die.
Yeah.
That is heavy. That is a serious promise. That isn't something you say to a customer or a casual student. That actually brings us to our second vocabulary spotlight. We need to discuss the phrase, "more than a coach."
More than a coach. It's a really beautiful phrase.
It really is. Let's break it down. A coach is a job title. A coach teaches you skills. They check your schedule. They analyze your performance. That is professional.
Right. It's transactional. I pay you, you teach me.
But when we say someone is more than a coach, we mean the relationship has crossed a line. It has become personal. It has become emotional. The sources tell us that Sato was like a father to Yiming.
That father-figure dynamic is so important here. A coach cares if you win the medal. A father cares if you are happy. A father cares if you are eating enough and sleeping enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I want to ask our listener to think about this. Do you have someone in your life who is more than a something? Maybe a teacher who is more than a teacher. Someone who cares about you like family, even if they aren't related to you.
That's a great question. Who is your Sato? Because having someone like that changes everything, especially when things go wrong.
And things did go wrong, didn't they? The road to the Olympics wasn't easy.
Not at all. It is easy to be friends when you are winning. But in the 4 years leading up to this 2026 victory, Su Yiming had a really hard time. The articles mention he had serious injuries, he was in physical pain, he couldn't practice.
And for an athlete, being injured is the worst feeling. You feel useless. You feel like your dream is over.
He felt lost. He didn't know if he could keep going. Now, a normal coach might say, okay, call me when you were fixed. But because Sato was more than a coach, he stayed.
He didn't leave.
He didn't leave. He stayed by Yiming's side during the bad times. He supported him when he was sad, not just when he was happy. That is what built the trust.
That trust is the foundation. But there is another layer to this story that makes it even more powerful. We talked about the language barrier, but we also need to talk about where they are from.
Right. We briefly mentioned it earlier, but it is important. Su Yiming is from China. Yasuhiro Sato is from Japan.
And for our listeners who might not know the history, those two countries have a complicated relationship. Historically and politically, there has been tension between China and Japan.
Sometimes in the news, these countries are presented as rivals.
Which brings us to our third vocabulary spotlight. The phrase is cross borders.
Cross borders.
Now, listener, let's think about this. A border is a line on a map. It is the line that separates one country from another. If you fly from Beijing to Tokyo, you physically cross a border.
That is the literal meaning.
But in this story, we are using it figuratively. We are talking about emotions. When we say friendship can cross borders, we mean that friendship is stronger than politics. We mean that love and trust can connect people from different cultures, no matter what the maps say.
The articles actually call their relationship a bridge.
A bridge. I love that image. Su Yiming and Coach Sato are acting like a bridge, connecting China and Japan. They are showing the world that individuals can be family, even if their nations are different.
So we have the birthday win, we have the tears, we have the history of the father-son bond, and we have this cultural bridge. All of this leads to the biggest moment of the story, the climax.
This is the moment that went viral, the moment everyone talked about.
The competition is finished. Su Yiming has won. It is time for the awards ceremony.
Okay, visualize the scene. We are at the medal ceremony. There's a special stage set up, and that stage is our fourth vocabulary word.
Podium.
Podium. P-O-D-I-U-M. A podium is that raised platform where the winners stand. The winner number one stands in the middle on the highest block. It is designed to lift you up above everyone else.
So picture Su Yiming. He climbs up onto the podium. He is standing tall. He is looking out at the crowd in Italy. He is holding that heavy gold medal the Chinese national anthem is playing.
This is the dream. This is the moment every athlete waits for. Usually, you stand there, you smile, you wear the medal, and you enjoy being the hero. It is your moment.
But Su Yiming does something shocking. He doesn't keep the moment for himself.
What does he do?
He gestures for Coach Sato to come closer. He calls him over. And then, right in front of the TV cameras, Su Yiming takes the gold medal, the most precious thing he owns, and he puts it around Coach Sato's neck.
He gave the medal to his coach.
He put it around his neck and bowed to him.
That gives me goosebumps. That is so humble. Why did he do that?
Based on everything we have learned today, I think he was sending a message. He was saying, I did not win this alone. He was saying, this medal belongs to you as much as it belongs to me.
It is the ultimate thank you.
It validates the whole journey. It shows that Sato really was more than a coach. And by putting that medal on his Japanese coach, Su Yiming was showing the whole world how to cross borders.
It creates such a powerful image. Two men from two different countries standing together on a podium, sharing one gold medal.
It's beautiful. And before we wrap up, I want to make sure we are respecting these two men by saying their names clearly one more time. The athlete, our birthday boy, is Su Yiming.
Su Yiming?
And the incredible coach is Yasuhiro Sato.
Yasuhiro Sato. Thank you for helping us pronounce those correctly. It is important.
So, what does this all mean for us? We aren't Olympic snowboarders. We probably aren't standing on a podium in Italy. But there is a lesson here for everyone.
There really is. To recap what we learned, we saw Su Yiming win the gold medal on his 22nd birthday. But he didn't celebrate alone. He shared his victory on the podium with the man who was more than a coach.
And through their friendship, they proved that trust and hard work can take cross borders. They showed us that having someone in your corner, someone who believes in you, is the secret ingredient to success.
That is the big takeaway for me. Trust. Sato promised to be there until he died, and he kept that promise. Yiming trusted him even when he was injured and lost. That trust is what made the dream come true.
It is a beautiful thought, and we don't want to just leave you with a nice story today. We want to give you a little something to think about, a little homework for your heart.
Oh, I like that. Homework for the heart. What is the question?
We talked about Su Yiming's dream, but I want to ask you, the listener, is there a dream you are working toward right now? Maybe it's learning English, maybe it's learning to play the guitar, or maybe it's just getting through a really tough week.
And here is the second part of the question. Who is the person helping you get there? Who is your coach, Sato? Who is the person who believes in you, even when you make mistakes?
Think about who that person is, and maybe today send them a message. You don't have a gold medal to give them, but a simple thank you might mean just as much.
That is great advice. Find your team and thank them.
Thank you so much for joining us on this special deep dive. We hope you enjoyed this story of friendship, vocabulary, and victory.
Keep learning, keep dreaming, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.